Hello everybody, welcome to Never a Dull Moment with Mr. Robert and Howard here. I am out here today setting some saw blades. I've already cleaned them and I'm in here and I'm running them through the setter. So what I am doing right now is I'm finding the weld joint. First thing I do whenever I get ready to set is I find the weld joint, and I find that for two reasons. I like to know where the weld joint is because sometimes these blades are not welded exactly together and they leave too big or too small of a gap, and I like to know that when I'm setting them up on my sharpener. And another reason is sometimes whenever these blades are cut and welded to the length that the customer is asking for, the consistency of the tooth set is not proper. So it might go left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. So if you don't check it right here when you're going through a sharpener, a manual sharpener like I use in this dual tooth Cook's setter over here, if you don't check that, make sure you're on the right teeth, you will set half of this blade in the wrong direction. So that was the second reason I do that. So after I locate the weld joint, then I go through the blade, I check the teeth, and I'm looking for cracks in the blade. I go all the way around it. This is a turbo. This is a Wood-Mizer turbo blade is what it is. And they're extremely good blades. They set good and they sharpen good. So now that I have inspected it, found the weld joint, I have cleaned it, inspected it, I'm putting it on my setter, and I put the weld joint 180 degrees out from me. I do not start my set at the weld joint. A couple of reasons I don't do that is whenever that blade is welded together and you grind that off, it's annealed, it's heat treated, so the weld won't break. And for about this far on each side of that weld, that blade is hard. And the teeth don't set just right sometimes. So I like to start around here and get my consistency on my setter. And then when I get to that, I will pay particular attention to it, check it for the set, and check to make sure that the teeth are in the right sequence. So right now, as I raise my blade up, in between the gullets, but on the body of the blade, and I check to zero my indicators, which I had to move that 1,000, that one's right on. So now I will drop the blade back down, just snug these. I don't tighten them, I just snug them. That's my anvils that pushes the teeth. Then I will bring it up. So this blade here, both of these, the left and the right tooth, I call that my left and this my right, both of them are at 17,000. So we're going to go to 20. So I will push this in to where it just pushes on the tooth. I'll back off, give it a quarter turn, and advance it. Takes me about 4 or 5 teeth. Now we're right on 20 thousandths with both of these indicators, so I will just make sure those are secure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set 5 sets of teeth. From this anvil right here to this point right here, that is the 5th tooth in the inboard direction. So I know that these teeth right here are set. So I'll put me a mark on that. Put me a mark on the inside and the outside, and that's my indicator as to where I started this blade. So when I get back around to it, I will stop. And I look at every set of these teeth and we're falling right on 20 thousandths with every one of those. That's a little slack, so I'll tweak it just a little bit. Right back up to 20 thousandths. where my weld joint is. So I checked right here. I just set those. And these Wood-Mizer turbo blades, they usually do a pretty good job on keeping the consistency of the teeth in the right order. But I always check. I check every blade, no matter what company does that. Wood-Mizer's good. Timber King is good. Rippers were good. But there's a couple of companies out there that don't pay particular attention to that. And if you're not careful, you will mess up. We're almost around the blade. I have finished that blade. Now I have a good set all the way around this blade. So then whenever I finish that, I back off on I take the slack off on my anvils here, and I always back them up. I back them up 5/4 turns, so that when I put the next blade on there, I will start from scratch. I will check, zero my dial indicators, get the right height on my adjustment on my teeth, snug these up onto the teeth, and then I will start my set. But there's one other thing that I would like to show you. Let me hang this blade up, it's finished. Bring that over here, buddy. Oh, did you stop it? All right, just set it down. Just set it down like it was. And when you're ready to go. We're not recording right now.
Yes.
Oh, we're recording. Okay. Sorry for that confusion. I thought my wife had stopped it, but she was still recording. I talked to my friend a couple of nights ago out in Utah, Mr. Craig Quilter. A lot of you Wood-Mizer people are familiar with him. Super nice guy, does fantastic work. Just a fantastic gentleman to talk to. I was having a little problem with my setter about inconsistency. So what I have been having to do is I set this dial indicator to 15 thousandths, which was giving me the 20, and this one I was setting on 20. So I had a 5 thousandths degree discrepancy in this indicator. And he mentioned something to me that I had just, and being a retired machinist, I should have known this, but I didn't think about it. So what happened was, he said, Robert, you need to make sure that your feet on my indicators are flat on the blade. And I laid there in the bed the other night, and after we talked about that, I said, well, I know how to use the dial indicator. But I said, he's got a point there. I haven't checked that. So what I do is I raise this up. This is just a little piece of a saw blade that I've got good. It looks rusty, but it's good, slick, smooth. It's a good piece to use to do adjustments. So I bring this in, and we're right on zero. So what I did was, this foot on this indicator was tilted down a little bit. It wasn't flat on this body of this blade. I'll bring this around here and show that to you. Let me have it, baby. So if you'll look right here and right here, my indicator, they're flat on the body of that blade. There we go. And then I had to back up, baby. back up, on around there. My wife is out here assisting me with this today. Usually Howard is out here, but he had to run to town to pick up some supplies and do a little bit of stuff. But once I loosened all this up and cleaned everything up and I put my indicators back on here and got them adjusted, it solved my problems. So if any of you folks out there who are running one of these dual tooth cat claw setters and you're having an inconsistency with your indicators, check to make sure that your feet on your indicators are straight in and flat on your body of your blade. And maybe that will help you. I hope it does if you're having that problem. Well, this has been Mr. Robert here with Never a Dull Moment. I hope you like what I have done today. If you do, please like and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything to do that. I like to know who's looking. If you have a comment, put it in the comment section. I review all that, and I appreciate everyone out there, good or bad. I read all the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.